Hello everyone, I am Shashikant Agarwal, Faculty of Science in SRN International School, and I welcome you all to the official YouTube channel of SRN International School. So, are you ready to study a very important topic in class 8? Yes, that is force. Now, what is force? Any kind of push or pull can be regarded as a force. Yes, so force is a push or pull to move any object from its position of rest. An object not in motion is said to be at rest, while the object which is moving is called to be in motion. So the force can be anything. It can be required to push an object, or it can also be required to pull an object. Let us study about what is force and what does it have. The force has magnitude and direction. Now, the push or pull in one direction, for example, we have seen any person who is pulling or pushing anything in order to move it. Now, the push and pull can be in the same direction. For example, two people are pushing the object in the same direction, or a push or pull in the opposite direction in order to resist the body over there or to make it stationary. Now, pull in one direction or opposite to one another. For example, when we play the game of rope, when we pull and push each other. Now let us study what are the effects of force. The force can change the motion, or it can bring an object which is in rest to motion. Yes, the force can also change the shape and size of an object. If you take a piece of sponge in your hand and if you press it, then the shape of the sponge can be changed. The force can change the direction and speed of a body in motion. You have seen a cricketer hitting six, and what is this? It is actually the application of force. The force is also applied to raise an object to a higher level. Now, let us study about the different types of forces. What are these? The contact forces, for example, an object which is sliding over another object is a type of contact force. Now, what is a non-contact force? We are seeing a needle or a iron being attracted towards magnet. Yes, that is non-contact force. Now, the contact forces. Force applied through a contact is called as contact force. They are mainly of two types, that is muscular force when an object is in contact with another person, for example, a person doing exercise. The frictional force, for example, an object being dragged on a surface is an example of frictional force. Now, let us see what are non-contact forces. Non-contact forces are those forces where no contact is required between the two objects. For example, the force applied from a distance are called as non-contact forces. They can be of three types. The gravitational force. For example, when an object falls down, then there is no contact between the ground and that object. So that is an example of a non-contact force. Now, magnetic force. When a needle is being attracted by a magnet, then that is also an example of non-contact force, as no contact is required between the needle and the magnet. Let us study about the third non-contact force, and that is electrostatic force. You have played a game in your childhood that you were rubbing a foam on your head and you used to attract small pieces of paper with it. That is an electrostatic force because an electrostatic charge is developed on the foam. Now, let us study a recap of everything that we have done in this video. The force is a push or pull resulting in the motion of the body. There are five types of forces that can be grouped into contact forces and non-contact forces. Now, what are contact forces? The muscular and the frictional force are example of the contact force, and the non-contact forces, for example, gravity, magnetic force and the electrostatic force are the example of non-contact forces. The force unit is Newton. This is a very important thing, should be remembered by all of you. Thank you very much, and if you really like the video, then please share and subscribe the video, and I'll be coming with more important and interesting videos in the coming period. Thank you all.